High School around 6 o'clock yesterday morning, stole a set of keys from the student driver vehicle, removed the car's magnetic decals, then drove off. The vehicle is a 2011 silver Ford Fusion 4 with the license plate MG34958. Anyone with information should call the school.
Well, Somerset County man's behind bars after police say he was caught trying to steal prescription drugs from a pharmacy. Somerset Borough Police say Ryan Stevens tried to get codeine from Finley's Pharmacy Saturday afternoon by providing a fake name and address. Stevens has been charged with violating the Drug Act and is currently in jail. Well, an EMS service in Center County is asking for funding to give tactical paramedics lethal weapons training.
Our Evan Hinckley is following the story and has more on why those paramedics say that training will be helpful and why others aren't so sure.
When there's a medical emergency in Center County, Center LifeLink paramedics are often on the call. Now, LifeLink's board is asking the Center Region Council of Governments for new funds, not to pay for life-saving training, but lethal weapons training for 8 tactical paramedics. They say it will teach them to protect themselves and those they're treating from danger.
You don't know that this is going to happen, but if they are trained for this, they're better equipped to be able to handle an emergency, and that's what they're often the first responders.
Elliot Abrams, chair of Patton Township Supervisors, gave me his personal take on how the training will be used, noting that paramedics would not be used as the primary response to a violent threat, but they would be a backup.
Let's say that unfortunately a policeman is shot and is incapacitated, but the gun is there. You don't want the criminal to come get it. You want it to be secured and not used in any case, but if the EMT is able to get it and has training, it's more likely that the outcome will be less lethal or less hurtful than otherwise if the person knows what they're doing.
Other locally elected officials who chose not to appear on camera say they oppose offering the $10,000 needed for the training because the odds of a situation where that training is needed are very small, and that money could be better spent elsewhere. Those opposed also say that approval of the training could provide an avenue for more guns in the community and create the potential for more violence. It's unclear if guns will ever actually be carried by paramedics if this training is approved, as the LifeLink board has not yet made a decision on whether they would allow tactical paramedics to carry firearms during calls. There are also questions about how EMS could even carry a gun, since state laws don't allow firearms in an ambulance. But tactical paramedics do sometimes assist in potentially dangerous situations, like serving a warrant or dealing with hostages.
Right now there's no plan whatsoever to have them be carrying, and so we wouldn't expect that to happen. We hope that nothing happens, but I don't think hoping that it doesn't happen is the best way of planning.
The Center Region Council of Governments plans to officially vote on the funding request at a meeting later this month or early next month. Reporting in Center County, Evan Hinckley, WTAJ News.
And don't forget, you can check this story out anytime by visiting wearecentralpa.com. Just look for the WTAJ Web First story under the local news tab.
From WTAJ, your weather authority, here's your weather now.
Despite some showers, we had a bonus warm day. I say bonus because temperatures got well into the 60s in many locations today. We did have some rounds of showers, and the last round with a front moved on through this evening. Even though a lot didn't show up here, there were still some patches of drizzle even just a little bit ago. Our Doppler looks clear, but again, we have a few areas of drizzle, but that'll come to an end. And you can tell the colder air that's moving in. It's still 62 in Harrisburg, but down to 44 already in Du Bois and 49 in Emporium. We have a bit of a wind that is blowing between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Some gusts have been over 30, and that's bringing in the colder air. Later on tonight, we'll have lows in the 30s to near the 40-degree mark. The sky will continue to clear. It's going to be blustery. It's going to be colder. Your out-the-door forecast for tomorrow morning, we're going to rise up very slowly through the 40s, but at least we'll have some sunshine earlier in the day. We'll talk about some chillier weather that's coming our way later in the week. So what to expect over the next 7 days? Temperatures are going to go down even more for the upcoming weekend. In fact, we can have some flurries on Sunday, and it's windy now. It's going to be even windier Wednesday, especially in the afternoon. We'll break down all those details with your Weather Authority forecast in a few minutes.
Thanks, Joe. Some of the best-known stores and communities across the country are going out of business. Sears filed for bankruptcy today, announcing it'll close 142 Sears and Kmart stores. This comes after the company was unable to pay $134 million worth of its $5.5 billion debt. Although the company's financial problems have received a lot of publicity, customers that we spoke to locally didn't expect their own stores to be affected by them.
I think that it's heartening because so many people depend on it and they're going to lose their jobs, and where are we going to go then?
Last year when we went Christmas shopping for the kids, we did get a lot of good deals here.
Sears plans to stay in business by keeping profitable stores open. It'll also continue selling the Sears and Kmart websites off of there. The Kmart in Altoona will close, along with the Sears in DuBois. However, the Sears at the Logan Valley Mall in Altoona will stay open.
Parents in Huntingdon County are concerned about a plan that could close their kids' elementary school.
Our David Kaplan was at tonight's Huntington Area School District Board meeting. He joins us now with more on the plans.
It's been over a year since the Huntington Area School Board has looked at potentially closing Southside Elementary School. They tell me they're looking at other possible options. According to Fred Foster, superintendent for the Huntington Area School District, their high school and middle school are at about 60% capacity.
We recognize that we could fit all people in 3 buildings as far as number of learners and space.
2 little students and a tight budget is what Foster says made the school district think about consolidating Southside Elementary with Standing Stone Elementary to form a school of kindergarten through 3rd graders. That would cause grades 4 through 7 to meet at the middle school and grades 8 through 12 at the high school building. Parents and grandparents like Reddy Izet say those changes would make classes too large, bus rides too long, and end up costing the district more money.
If they close this school, financially they're not going to be saving any money. They're going to be creating more of a deficit.
All expenses are up and all revenue is down. We are faced with the series of what is the least worst decision we can make.
The school board and parents are meeting at Southside Elementary School at 6:30 Tuesday night to talk about alternatives to closing the school. In Huntington, David Kaplan, WTAJ News.